Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another wardrobe updates where we, as per usual, are going to talk about what is new in my wardrobe along with any other updates to it. Except actually, I have not bought a single thing since the last wardrobe updates. I haven't bought anything for a month. I just returned from my months in London and Copenhagen about a week ago, so I'm just enjoying all of the pieces that obviously I haven't been able to take with me because I've only had a suitcase with me for clothes, etc. So instead we're going to talk a little bit about the pieces that I've missed, what I'm going to be wearing the next short while, and also what wishes I have for my wardrobe. We're gonna get into a little bit of my wish list. We're not gonna get into the big one that I also have up on my channel. It's always available for you to read. We're gonna talk about the things that I sort of like specifically have been writing down the past month that I would want. And then later down the road, I have to do an update of the wish list on the website. And just a quick mention, I don't know that anyone will read into this at all anyway, but this wardrobe updates will be named November. I'm gonna do that now where I name it after the coming month, just so that the video looks like it stays relevant for a bit longer. So I'm gonna be doing that from now on. And then something else to also mention is that I have started a challenge on Instagram where I'm telling you in depth about the outfits that I'm wearing for 30 days. I think I'm gonna show you video number 5 right now. So just gonna give you a moment to watch that. I mean, if you don't want to watch it, you can just skip ahead, but yeah. Day 5 of telling you in-depth analytically about what I am wearing today. Here's the color scheme on my entire wardrobe, and let's get into it. So today I'm wearing this white shirt from a German brand called Seitensticker. Bought it a million years ago on Zalando. It does have a little hole here that I should really fix up, but I really do like it. It's in this type of soft cotton that doesn't really crease so badly. Then I'm wearing this very short skirt with shorts. This is from last year, but I've barely worn it and I think it looks really cute. So I'm gonna get some wearing on it now. Then I wasn't really sure about black or brown boots, but in the end, I'm gonna go with these. I actually think camel with gray can look really cute. There you go. Then a down jacket from Uniqlo. Just use it as an extra layer, especially that I can take on and off as I need to. And then coat season is back. This is my wool and cashmere mix, and just a testament to the fact that if you get something of nice quality and wear it so much, it's gonna look as good as new much later on. The fast fashion coats do not look this good after that much wear. Then of course the Hermes Evelyn, and here we'll have the color combo. The nuance of the skirt is a little bit lighter than the jacket. I actually only have a charcoal in the palette, but obviously this skirt is a little bit lighter, but I do think it looks really nice like this. All right, I'm good to go. I'm gonna head out. Have a lovely day and bye. So for those of you who are more interested in like a little bit of a lookout into the pieces and also the analytical part, I'm doing something similar over on Instagram right now, and I'm also taking thoughts and opinions and feedback on how I'm doing that over there. And then I think we're just gonna get into it. If you watched the past couple of wardrobe updates, you will have also seen this jacket. That is the one I'm wearing right now. I've still been wearing that kind of a lot ever since I returned, and also in Copenhagen at least whenever I could, because I mean it is just a denim layer. So we are starting to get some pretty cold weather in Switzerland already, so it's not every day that I can wear it. And also I have the other things in my wardrobe that are now available for me to wear because, you know, they're here, and I'm wearing those a little bit too. The day before filming this was the first day where I brought out my coat. It's the coat from the Curated. So yeah, I'm definitely, I don't want to necessarily say ready for coat weather, maybe a little bit. I'm more just excited about the autumn weather, you know, with autumn jackets and some boots and stuff like that. So that's the type of outfits that I'm enjoying wearing right now. Also the pea coat, I'm really excited to be wearing again. Something that's also nice to see now that I'm back home is the black boots from Vagabond, the knee-high ones, because I did have the Lamarels with me, which was quite nice. Then some of the skirts I'm pretty happy to see. The gray one, which you would have just seen in the reel, and then also the Bordeaux leather skirt I'm so excited about. There are also some other types of just basics or like pieces that I wear a lot that I had to leave behind when I left, and one of them, for example, was the black sweater from Arcade, also the gray one from Another Story. So it's just really nice to be back with those things and have them back in rotation. Another thing is also the Burberry trench coat. I actually had to leave some of my things back in Copenhagen because my suitcase was just way too heavy. And some of the things I left behind were mostly summer things that I won't need for quite a while, but then also the short trench coat from Magasin, and then also the short black one from Zara. I don't know how I feel about having left that behind, but I mean, I have other great pieces to wear. For example, the black blazer from Odd Muse will do, which is the new one, which is doing really well, by the way. I'm not gonna get into that tons more because, yeah, I mean, I'll probably give an update on it later on, but yeah, now I've worn that 10 times and it looks really great. So it seems like it's a better like individual piece than the other one that I had. So yeah, right now just enjoying my skirts, enjoying my different sweaters, enjoying some different colored basics, enjoying making some reels from it. It's also nice for me because I get to sort of keep track of how much I wear the things. I mean, obviously I track what I wear every single day, so I do pop things into the calendar every day. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that I go in and see the statistics for the item. So a long time can go before I actually remember or am enticed to check the statistics of an item. And one thing, for example, that's exciting to see is just the Hermes bag going up and up. We're so close to 500 times of wear, which is just wild. So that's gonna happen in the next month or two. And then the washing machine of my building is broken and I haven't done anything about it in about 4 days, which is really annoying because I really don't have a lot more clothes to choose from. That's actually also why I'm wearing a button up. I would prefer wearing one of my tight fitted basics right now, like one of the white ones, for example, that I just bought in Copenhagen. I really love those, but everything is in the laundry basket. So that's a little bit annoying, but I mean, obviously a very, very temporary problem. In any other country, you just go to like the laundry or the wash. Don't remember how to say it in English, actually. The laundromat. Anyway, you'd go to the laundromat, but where I live in Zurich, it's not right around the corner, one, and also they're so expensive on their own. It's crazy. But that is what I am wearing, and actually really enjoying my browns right now. That's a lot of what I'm wearing. That's also, I mean, I did have some brown things with me in London and Copenhagen, and then also obviously this one is new, but also something like the Everlane turtleneck. I've instantly wore that as soon as I returned home. Also wearing the boots kind of a lot. So yeah, brown is very much on my radar right now. And that is also going to be reflected in the wish list because these are the things that I should really take a look at now. And it's kind of interesting actually because yes, there are definitely things that I want to buy, but I just have great things already right now. I mean, yes, it must also be because these things are almost new to me right now because I haven't worn them in so long. But then I still want to wear the pieces that I also have with me that I really, really love. And it just, yeah, I'm just in full circle right now, at least, of wearing things I treasure. So I'm less likely to be adding a bunch of things right now. So the first thing on my wish list, so to speak, is a camel toned bag. Obviously, right now I wear the black Hermes all the time. I'm still really thrilled with it. And I am just not prone to wanting to wear different bags all the time. But I'm at a point now where it would really suit my wardrobe to have something in a brown or in a camel. But the problem is, as is often my issue or my challenge, is that with some types of pieces, I'm just so picky with what to get. So the thing that I think I am most drawn to is the Pauline bag. I'm going to be showing which one. But I'm just wondering if it's not necessarily too basic, but if it's too overused now. I don't know if the reason I feel like I see it all around is because I do, or if it's, you know, one of those things where like once you think of something, you start seeing it all around. But it's something that I see people of all ages wearing, and I also often see it in that color specifically. And I don't know that I want a bag that I feel like everyone has. Then maybe it's not such a big issue. Maybe what I could do is get it pre-loved or even get a new one, and then if I continue feeling that way, well, then I could sell it again. But that's not necessarily a situation I want to have. But I do think that out of what I've seen, it's probably the thing that would sort of suit my wardrobe the most. But it just, maybe not bother me, but I'm wondering if it would bother me that it is such a popular piece. So yeah, that's definitely the first thing on my wish list. Then I also have things that I would really like to have, something like a brown leather blazer. So my bestie has a couple of brown leather jackets at this point. She also has a blazer, but I don't have a picture of that one one, but I do have a picture of the other one, and I'm just ready for a type of coat like that. Actually, is it really true that I didn't add anything new to my wardrobe? Because I'm a little bit worried now that I didn't get to mention this in the, I think I just missed it. Yeah, I think I did. I'm so sorry. I actually bought a secondhand leather coat just to make it short, because I don't know that it makes so much sense to get really like deeply into this, but I found it secondhand. It was 40 bucks and I thought it was so cool, and I was like, you know what, it's 40 bucks, it's real leather, I can always like, you know, sell it on, or I don't have to wear it that much. I did buy it on impulse because I really liked it, but then it turned out I could have really been more discerning about this. But the lining is polyester, but it's one of those types of polyester linings where like as soon as I had been walking around like 10 minutes, I was so unbelievably uncomfortable. Like I was cold sweating and I was just completely unable to breathe in this coat. So I actually ended up going into like the nearest leather house in Copenhagen, and I borrowed a scissor and I just cut out the entire lining, and now it just looked kind of awful. But if anything, you can always donate the leather to a leather store and then get something that I would actually wear. But it still looks pretty cool. It's just kind of not so nice that it's now completely lining free. But yeah, the same is true. One thing I also wrote down is dress pants, brown and navy. So a brown pair of dress pants would also be nice, but this is probably something that I'm gonna hold out on until I get back to Copenhagen next time around. I would also like a pair in black, actually. Something in a bit of a different shape than what I have right now. Just the ones that I have right now are quite form-fitted on top, like bordering a little bit tight, where I want something that's a little bit more, I mean, still form-fitted, but not as much like the gray ones that I have. Those I'm really happy about. So usually the styles that are available in Copenhagen just suit my body more, and also just this style is just something I seem to relate to a little bit more, which I suppose makes sense. Then I would also like to get some more different types of shoes. I actually have a sponsored video coming up with Vivaya, but it's not so often that I end up really wearing the shoes after I've reviewed them, just because I think the styles, there's used to, I mean, I'm so picky with shoes as well, you guys know this, so if I end up not really wearing them a lot, then, you know, I end up, not really having them as part of my wardrobe. But one thing I would actually really like to add now, which might be funny to hear because it's me, but are more trainers or sneakers, depending on which country you're from. And the New Balance that I bought last year, I've been wearing them to the gym a lot, but now I've actually started to wear them as part of like my everyday wear instead, and I've bought some other gym shoes. The Sambas from Adidas I've also worn quite a lot. I have enjoyed them, but I think the Sambas, for me, they're just a little bit flat. I would probably prefer the look of the Gazelles or just some of the other Adidas. And maybe also getting something in a color I wouldn't be so opposed to. Then I'm gonna be looking for some cute tops. Maybe just gonna add some more basics. I will also be keeping out for skirts. I mean, this is not necessarily on my wish list, to be fair. It's more like I have so many great pieces now. Yes, there are things that I would like to add to my wardrobe to make it more complete, but most of the things that I would actually be interested in beyond that are just looking out for pieces that truly suit me, even if I'm not walking around wishing for them. A really good example of that is actually this jacket. I think it's such a nice jacket. The same is true for the brown wool jacket I have from Zara. The same is true for the leather skirt I have from Arcade. You know, you'll just run into these pieces that just make sense for your wardrobe, that you aren't really wishing for, or that aren't pieces that are necessities for your wardrobe. So I think that is a really, really nice place to be, because personally I'm less likely to, impulse purchase things that doesn't suit my wardrobe, because I have so many things that I'm really into. But then when something passes me by that I truly do like, I will probably just buy it, including if that is from fast fashion every once in a while. So actually something that I am interested in now are cute tops. I do have a couple of tops through the times, but if I'm being totally honest, these tops are either a little bit on the romantic side, showing them romantic ones first right now, or then also they don't really fit that well, especially my arms. And we've talked about this before, because I've built a lot of muscle since 2021, 22. So now I sort of fluctuate in how much weightlifting I do, but the muscle I've built now, I will never be able, like my arms will never be non-weightlifting size again. I just don't see that happening. So some of these pieces I have held on to because I'm really excited about them. Like for example, the top from Revolve, that one hurts. I really like that one. And then the rain top from Reformation, which to be fair, I'm also a little bit too busty for the size, so that's also fine. But pieces like that I have been holding on to because I do really like those types of tops, but they do not fit me anymore. They just don't. And you know, I think sometimes if you are someone who fluctuates a lot in weight, which I'm not necessarily, but then I totally can see the justifying holding onto pieces like that, or, you know, putting them away in storage, but I just don't see that ever happening since the main issue are the arms. Like I'm just never gonna be able to fit into them again, and then at this point it's better to just move on and find something that's gonna fit me. And then something else I also wrote on the wish list, which again, I mean, it is wishes, but it's nothing specific, but it is interesting jewelry. So obviously I bought the locket every once in a while, or I mean kind of often actually. I add some custom jewelry like this, but I'm really not prone to buying a lot of jewelry. This time back home in Copenhagen, I suppose I'll mention that, but it's jewelry, so we don't usually talk about it, which I suppose is also because it is sort of like a custom jewelry piece. But I bought this necklace in Pilgrim, which is a Danish custom jewelry brand. I do have some things from there. They do make some cute pieces every once in a while. So I bought this charm for a necklace. I do find it very cute, but it is just a little bit custom jewelry-ish for me, which I think is a mix between me knowing that that's what it is, but that doesn't bother me with everything, but then also just it looking the part a little bit. Or maybe not actually, maybe that's just me, I'm not sure, but this is what it looks like. And then remember I had that old pearl necklace, which of course then it's also significantly more expensive, but that I lost from Ferris Fairs. Those are the types of jewelry pieces that usually really get to me. So, you know, I usually wear the Hermes bracelet, which I don't know if it's a basic thing to anyone else, that I've worn this like nonstop for 4 years, but, and the same is true for the rings, even though I'm not wearing them right now, but I have only 2 rings. I've been wearing the same 2 rings since 2020, but that's how it is when I find something that I truly like. I will treasure it like that. So yeah, I just think it's time for me to look out for certain slightly more interesting pieces that are just so authentic to my, like when you pick something entirely from your own taste and it has like a unique twist to it, it just makes you, in my opinion, look elevated in a completely different way. And you also just feel different about it. So anyway, that's also something that I wrote on the wish list. And then usually every year I'll buy a coat. And this is the first time that I'm not interested in buying a coat as of right now. I'm happy with the coats and winter jackets that I have. However, of course, again, there we have it, that if I find something I really, really like, I'm gonna jump on it, but it's not a priority this year as it has been the other years. Just having, you know, the jackets that I have, especially the gray coat from the Curated, of course, as always, but that one just, I mean, it just looks like I've never worn it. And then the pea coat, which I wore so much last year as well. I just don't see that I feel the need to add something. But again, if I run into something that I really like, I will do it anyway. Then I haven't mentioned it in a video like this, so I'm just gonna do that right now. The color palette that I always have here is probably one of the most frequent questions that I get, is how I made it. And I made mine in Photoshop. I do have a background in media design, so for me that's kind of straightforward and easy. I also, you know, have a subscription to Photoshop, but I created a create your own color palette workshop with templates, and you do not need Photoshop. So I've made a workshop where I help you choose the colors a little bit. I offer a little bit of insight into color theory and just get into how to choose some of the colors for your wardrobe and a little bit of inspiration, and then the templates are attached. So that is just for those of you who are interested in having your own palette, of course, both to build it, but also specifically to have the type of palette that I have that you can download to your phone or have on your computer or print it out, put it in your wardrobe or whatever you want to do with it. So that is everything that I had this time around. But if you have any suggestions or questions or input, leave them in a comment below and I will either answer or take the suggestion into consideration. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!